Welcome back to the deep dive. You know, sometimes the most powerful health secrets aren't hidden away in some high-tech lab. They're often sitting right there in the history books, attached to something that looks, well, deceptively simple, like a piece of fruit. Today, we're focusing on exactly that kind of fruit, one celebrated for millennia across South Asia. Nelli. You probably know it as Amla, or the Indian gooseberry. This is a deep dive into some rapid ancient wisdom and really how modern science has come around to completely back up its extraordinary claims.
It's a fantastic subject, actually. It forces us to look again at just how sophisticated traditional medicine systems could be.
Hmm.
Just to start us off clearly, scientifically, we're talking about Phyllanthus Emblica L. That's the accepted name now.
Okay.
You might see an older synonym sometimes, Emblica officinalis, in maybe older texts or references.
Right. Same thing, though.
Same plant, yes.
Yeah.
Phyllanthus Emblica is this, well, small but genuinely mighty nutritional powerhouse.
So our mission today is to walk you through its really rich, long history, especially its role in traditional medicine, and then track how it evolved. We want to see how the centuries-old remedy made the jump, pretty much directly, into today's cutting-edge nutraceutical and cosmetic industries. It's a fascinating journey, isn't it? Connects belief, healing, and hard chemistry.
It really does.
Okay, let's unpack this, starting right at the beginning with its roots.
Right. So we begin in its ancient home turf, South and Southeast Asia. The sources confirm this fruit is indigenous there. It's been used continuously for thousands of years across regions like Sri Lanka and India, primarily.
And it wasn't just casually used, I gather. It became pretty central.
Oh, absolutely central. Its cultivation wasn't random. It became a cornerstone in major traditional systems like Ayurveda and Siddha medicine as well.
And this is where I think the language gets really important. When you read about Amla, especially in those traditional contexts, you always bump into this term, Rasiana. What does that actually mean? It feels like it's much more than just calling it medicine.
That's precisely it. That's the core of its legendary status, really. Classifying Nelli as a Rasayana is, well, it's profoundly significant. It translates, roughly, as a rejuvenative or an anti-aging compound, maybe a powerful life tonic.
A tonic, okay.
But crucially, it wasn't just about treating a specific illness you have right now. The whole Rasayana concept, you see, is about strengthening the entire body, improving systemic health, restoring vitality, enhancing longevity. It's about preparing the body to resist disease before it starts, proactively.
So more about long-term wellness and resilience than a quick fix.
Exactly. Preservation and restoration over your whole lifespan. That's the focus.
Okay, so if it was seen as having this system-wide, long-lasting benefit, you'd expect knowledge of it to spread pretty widely.
And it absolutely did. The plant's reputation, combined with, trade routes and people moving around, just ensured it spread. It became a staple crop, a key medicinal ingredient right across the region. We're talking India, Sri Lanka, Bangladesh, Nepal, Pakistan, Myanmar, Thailand, Vietnam, Indonesia, Malaysia, even parts of southern China. Wow, that's extensive. It really is, and it makes sense botanically, too. It needs tropical or subtropical conditions, good drainage, slightly alkaline soil, so it found a perfect home across this huge swath of Asia, embedding itself into different cultures, different farming economies. It's more than just a fruit. It's like a historical commodity.
That sets the historical scene perfectly. But now, let's shift gears. This is where it gets really interesting for me. We can move from that ancient philosophy and observation to the cold, hard data. What is it chemically that makes this little fruit such a legend in practice?
It really comes down to the chemistry, you're right. When modern science finally started, isolating and analyzing its compounds, they found clear chemical validation for those ancient Rasayana claims. If Nelli has one standout nutritional feature, it's being an extremely potent source of vitamin C ascorbic acid.
Extremely potent, you say?
Oh, yeah. We're talking levels that consistently put it way up there, often at the very top compared to common fruits we think of as high in vitamin C.
But isn't vitamin C famously, well, fragile? Doesn't it break down easily with heat or light or processing? How does Nelli maintain its power?
Ah, that's the really fascinating detail the sources point out. Its staying power isn't just the vitamin C. It's about synergy. Nelli is packed with a really complex antioxidant profile. Primarily, you've got these highly potent tannins and various flavonoids and numerous phenolic compounds of what we often call polyphenols.
Okay, so a cocktail of compounds.
Exactly. And crucially, these other compounds, especially the tannins, seem to act as stabilizers for the vitamin C. They protect the ascorbic acid from oxidizing, from breaking down, which means the fruit keeps its high vitamin C content much longer and through more conditions than most other sources.
That is the ultimate connection then, isn't it? The
Well,
ancient users observed these profound, long-lasting effects, that systemic Rosayana feeling, and now the chemistry actually explains why. The fruit is almost chemically designed to deliver and maintain high-dose cellular protection.
precisely. And that potent combination leads to serious health implications, according to the science. It provides powerful antioxidant action, which helps protect cells directly, supports healthy aging processes.
Right.
The polyphenols also back up its anti-inflammatory properties, helping to reduce cellular stress across the body. And historically, this fits perfectly with how it was used, boosting immunity, building resistance, and even supporting healthy digestion. That's all documented.
The detailed observation by those Ayurvedic practitioners centuries ago, it really speaks volumes. They clearly knew they had something special, even without fancy lab equipment.
It's quite remarkable how that traditional understanding of supporting longevity of Rosayana aligns so neatly with modern science, identifying this unique capacity for stabilizing and delivering high levels of antioxidants and vitamin C. They were seeing the results of cellular protection firsthand.
Okay, let's pivot now to the modern age. We have this ancient holistic understanding on one side, but today's commerce often uses Nelli very differently. How do the ancient practices contrast with current industrial applications?
It's a stark contrast, really. Traditionally, the value was seen in the whole plant, often consumed regularly in relatively small amounts. The fruit was central, yes, used in food, juices, classic Ayurvedic formulas. But the sources are quite clear. Almost all parts of the plant had value. Leaves might go into hair oils or certain immunity preparations, bark for minor things. Even the seeds could be used for concentrated products.
So, whole plant philosophy, synergy.
Exactly. The idea was balance, the whole plant providing a rounded benefit.
And what does the modern industrial machine focus on?
Oh, it shifts dramatically. It's all about extraction, isolation, concentration, and creating value-added products. The modern industry is mainly split into three huge areas, and they all focus on maximizing specific compounds from the fruit.
Let's break those down. Tell us about the first one, nutraceuticals.
Right. So this is about creating highly concentrated extracts. Think powders, capsules, supplements. The goal here is usually purity and getting a maximum dose of those key antioxidants, the polyphenols, maybe the vitamin C. It's about delivering a quantifiable high dose, which is quite different from that gentle systemic tonic idea.
Okay, and the second area, the cosmetic industry, they've really embraced Nelli, haven't they?
Oh, completely.
Yeah.
It's become a star ingredient in the cosmetic world. You see it widely in hair care, shampoos, oils, conditioners, targeting hair growth, maybe reducing premature graying. And also in skincare, leveraging those antioxidant properties for anti-aging effects or improving skin appearance. That traditional use for hair, it's been industrialized and scaled up globally.
Makes sense. And finally, food processing. This might be how most people, especially in South and Southeast Asia, still interact with Nelli day to day.
Yes, absolutely. And this area drives significant commercial activity too, because the fresh fruit is naturally very sour, quite astringent, and fibrous. Traditional preservation methods are key. So you see it in things like achar, that's a type of pickle, very popular,
Right, the pickles.
and muraba, that's a preserve where the fruit is cooked and kept in sugar syrup, often eaten as a dessert or even a digestive aid. Then there's the dried powder, churna, which is super versatile. You can add it to almost anything. And of course, candied amla, juices, syrups, lots of
You
forms.
really can't overstate the economic impact then. It's a source of income for farmers. It supports all those processing plants making pickles, powders, cosmetics, and it's becoming a significant export too, as the global demand for so-called superfoods just keeps growing.
It's a powerhouse, no doubt, both nutritionally and economically.
And this is a crucial but. Whenever we talk about something this potent, especially with the rise of high-dose supplements, we absolutely have to move to responsible use. We need to cover the cautions highlighted in the sources.
Yes, absolutely critical. While eating the whole fruit in moderation is generally safe, even encouraged, using those high-dose extracts or supplements, that needs serious consideration. The source is stress. Two main areas of risk we need to mention.
Okay. The first being gastrointestinal issues.
Exactly, because it's naturally quite acidic and potent, taking large doses, especially maybe on an empty stomach or if you already have a sensitive gut. It can lead to unpleasant GI symptoms, things like diarrhea or increased acidity, heartburn.
Okay, uncomfortable, but perhaps manageable. But the second caution sounds more serious. Potential interactions with prescription medications. This is the one people really need to hear, isn't it?
Without a shadow of a doubt, this is the critical warning. Anyone on regular medication, especially for chronic conditions, needs to be very careful because Nelli does have documented effects on metabolism, particularly blood sugar regulation. It can interact dangerously with certain drugs. The big one is medications for diabetes. Well, if someone is taking insulin or other drugs designed to lower blood sugar,
Yeah.
and they also take a high-dose Amla supplement, the combined effect could potentially cause their blood sugar levels to drop too low, hypoglycemia, and that's a serious medical risk.
Okay, that's a very clear warning. It underlines the need for professional advice.
It means medical guidance isn't just suggested, it's basically non-negotiable if you're considering high-dose supplements or long-term use. Mandatory, really. You must talk to your doctor or a qualified healthcare provider first, especially if you're pregnant, breastfeeding, or managing any chronic condition that requires ongoing medication. You just have to respect the chemistry of this fruit and its power to influence your body's systems.
So wrapping this up, what does this journey mean for you, the listener? Well, it means we've traced the story of a simple tropical fruit, Phyllanthus emblica, known for centuries in ancient texts as a rosiana, a source of longevity and vitality. And that ancient classification, it's been thoroughly validated by modern science thanks to its unique stabilized vitamin C and that powerful antioxidant profile. And that validation is now driving these booming global health and cosmetic industries.
It really is the ultimate validation story in many ways. Ancient
Well,
observation confirmed by modern chemistry.
And it leaves us, and you, with one final powerful question to think about. This comes directly from that difference we discussed between the traditional and modern approaches. If that traditional Rosiana philosophy really emphasized the whole fruit, relying on the synergy of all its compounds for long-term systemic health, how far can modern science push the extraction and concentration? How far can we go isolating these powerful compounds for maximum dosage before we potentially lose some of those holistic, synergistic benefits that the ancient practices celebrated?
That tension, that balance between isolating potent chemicals and trusting the holistic integrity of the natural source, that really defines the future conversation around Nelli, doesn't it? Definitely something for you to mull over as you encounter this powerhouse fruit, whether it's in a pickle, a powder, or a pill.
Until next time, keep exploring the history